Hi everybody, welcome back to my LinkedIn Lives. I'm Jasmine Navarro, certified wellbeing expert, working with educational institutions and companies supporting their family wellbeing challenges. And as you know, every week I interview different experts who make a difference. And today I'm super excited to be interviewing Antonia. Antonia, thank you so much for coming on.
Hi, thank you so much for having me.
Can you tell us a little bit about what you do, who you are and what you do?
Yeah, so I'm the co-founder of the Healthy Entrepreneur Club. It's a digital marketing agency based in the UK and the UAE. And we work with purpose-driven founders and businesses to help them get the attention they deserve through storytelling marketing. And we also help them build a movement around what they do as well. And this is something that many people have probably heard of, but they don't quite understand the strategy that they should be using to effectively communicate the story, to build their personal brand or their online presence, or what a movement really is, or what kind of movement they should be doing. And so when we came to Dubai, this was in like a year and a half ago, we noticed a bigger issue that many entrepreneurs were facing, and that they were not only struggling within their business growth, but also the fact that they were burnt out or at the risk of burning out. And there was this common theme of hustle hard, neglect your health, grow your business. But in actual fact, by putting your health first or filling up your own cup first allows you to be in a better space mentally and physically for you and your business. And so this is why we've created the Healthy Entrepreneur movement, so that we're raising awareness so that you can grow your business without sacrificing your health.
Amazing. No, it sounds so important. Let me just say hi to Fanorek. Hi, Fanorek, how are you doing? And hi to everyone else who's joining. Please let us know if you have any comments or questions, and we will be happy to answer them. So you chose this topic for today, building healthy habits for you and your business. Can you tell us more about that? And by the way, I've received so many comments about saying from other people saying they're really looking forward to this because, you know, building healthy habits is so important, isn't it? It's your life. So yeah, can you tell us why
exactly. Yeah, of course. So you're the sum of every decision you make in life. And so it's important to change your habits and behaviors that aren't actually serving you. And so we see so many entrepreneurs hustle hard and burn out and wear it like it's a badge of honor in a way. But if your cup is empty, like I said, then how can you fill up other cups? And so equally within entrepreneurship, this may sound a bit controversial, but work-life balance isn't a thing within entrepreneurship. It's more so when you're working a 9 to 5. And so what we say, like, yes, entrepreneurs require like working in sprints, but it's important to know your red flags, or your burnout red flags. So what we talk about is having a healthy hustle. And so that means cutting out the fluff that doesn't actually serve you and turning up the dial on the things that do actually serve you. So things that make you happy, make you healthy, make you money. And so I did actually a LinkedIn post about something like this a few weeks ago, and it was my 3 goals for the year, and those 3 goals come under those categories. So you've got one that makes you happy, one that makes you healthy, and one that makes you money. So I've got business goals, I've got a healthy goal, so I want to compete in 2 competitions. So I'm doing a high rocks competition in 2 weeks in Dubai, and then I want to do another competition.
Wow.
And then something that makes you happy. Sorry,
I remember that post. I remember reading that post.
So and then like the 3rd goal would be something that makes you happy. And so for me, I'm half Danish, half my family live in Denmark, and so I want to be learning Danish in order to speak to my family, well, fairly fluent if I can speak to them when we go to Denmark next year. So Freddie and I Freddie's my partner and my co-founder, we regularly do an audit of our life and our business, and we come together every Monday morning, and we just see what's worked that week and what hasn't worked. And we do an audit, and we see what needs refining, what needs to be cut out, what's working for us in life and in business, in order for us to create a perfect repeatable week. So for us, we create a healthy hustle week, and we incorporate like you time, we incorporate well-being, self-care, going to the gym, going for walks, but then like certain business activities as well that will actually help our business grow. And the reason why I'm so passionate about this is because we experienced burnout ourselves when we were in the UK during our first business in property development, and we worked a ton of hours. So we worked our 9 to 5 jobs, and then we also were flipping properties alongside it. And so we were working a ton of hours. We were also living in the properties as we were flipping them. And so our environment was very messy, and it didn't really support what we were doing, and it just took a toll on our mental and physical health. We also made quite a lot of sacrifices with being friends and things. So this was definitely like an eye-opener for us. And so, yeah, we experienced burnout. We sacrificed quite a lot. We worked a lot of hours. Then 5 months after we got engaged, we had a very serious car accident. And this again was still in the UK. And this was the catalyst for change. So it made us realize that life is too short to continue how it is. Like, we could be happy if we carry on, but we knew that we were made for more. We knew that we wanted more. We knew that we can live a healthy lifestyle and be successful at the same time. And so we knew that something needed to change. And so we were in our mid-20s and we wanted adventure. We wanted to still be in entrepreneurship, and we wanted to stay healthy at the same time. So it seemed, when we came here, it seemed that a lot of people in Dubai weren't grasping this, that you can actually do it all, which is why we've created the Healthy Entrepreneur Movement, to raise awareness that you actually can.
Wow, that's a lot. It sounds like you've got the experience, the personal experience, the professional experience, and that's what's driven you to help yourself, but help others along the way as well.
Yeah,
that's amazing.
Exactly. Yeah.
Let me just, Fanarak says, I can relate to this, as you know, Jasmine. I think Fanarak's referring to the burnout. So, yeah. So where do we start with this topic then? Because there's so many points to this. So what are the main challenges that you help people with? I know you've mentioned burnout and everything, but where do people start with all of this?
What we do is we work with, because we're a marketing agency, so we work with you on your business marketing, get you the visibility you deserve. And then through our content and through the awareness that we share, it's do it in a healthy way. Don't burn yourself out and kill yourself. You need to be doing it in a healthy way, set boundaries. And through our content, like on Instagram and through the Healthy Entrepreneur podcast, we share advice and give value that way, so entrepreneurs can understand how to actually live a healthy lifestyle whilst growing their business. When I was 14, 15, I grew up doing gymnastics.
Yes, that's what your background.
I competed for England. So I was in the England squad for a while, and I competed for my country. And so having these healthy habits was really ingrained in me throughout my whole life. And I've kind of taken that into entrepreneurship as well. So it's kind of, the healthy habits has been ingrained in me whilst having a strict schedule. And I do think that a high performance sport, or to be honest, any sport, and entrepreneurship are very similar, with discipline, with vision, with motivation, having the right mindset. And also, like within gymnastics, we aim to be 1% better each day. And so that's also how I feel entrepreneurship is, in a way. So you kind of aim to be 1% better. You look at your results, you track them, you stay accountable, then you review and learn. And that's the same within entrepreneurship, within what you do within your business, and also habits.
Brilliant. So you mentioned that you built healthy habits when you were a teenager. So like, how do people like actually start? So imagine somebody's really stressed out. Like, what's the first thing you can do to start building healthy habits? Because I liked what you said about improving yourself by 1% each day. So yeah, how where do we start with building the one habit? Is it one habit at a time?
Well, I guess everyone's different. It depends how you work, I guess. So for me, I had to learn how to balance stress from such a young age, because I was training 40 hours a week.
Wow.
And so for me, what helped, it was a full-on schedule. For me, what helped was having the right support system, having a positive environment to be in, and then also having a passion for the sport. And then also like knowing that I could quit on a good day. By that, I mean, if I wanted to quit, my mum and dad would always say, okay, well, wait until you have had a good training session, rather than coming home after a bad training session and saying you want to quit because you're not in the right mindset. And literally every single time I'd have a good session the next day, they'd ask me the same question and I'd be like, nope, I'm not quitting. And it's the same within entrepreneurship as well. So again, I had to learn like discipline and sacrifice and juggling my time, juggling homework and school and social life. And so when you relate that to entrepreneurship, Yeah, it is a lot. So we've kind of come up with this shares model where it's standing for social, health, accountability, reflection, education, and surroundings. And so we encourage you to build healthy habits within each one of these pillars. And I can talk about this as a whole rather than like breaking it up, but like the obvious ones are like getting regular exercise, getting enough sleep, the right nutrition. We do have certain like partners that we work with that we can refer entrepreneurs to, but ultimately, like I said, like these healthy habits are through our content and it's through the awareness of the movement. And then you have like stress management, like you asked. So it was learning techniques like mindfulness, like meditation, like setting boundaries. So again, for me, I try not to book back-to-back meetings. So if I have an hour meeting, I try and leave a gap of 5 to 10 minutes to clear my head, walk around, then I'm in a much better headspace for the next meeting. Again, like goal setting is a huge one. So this is what we did back in the gymnastics days. Me and my coach would sit down after every single session and we'd write down what we did that day, the challenges, the highs, the lows, what we can do the next day, how we can improve. And I actually still do this now. I know you're into journaling, aren't you? I kind of do like one line a day.
Every day.
Yeah. So before bed, I write one line a day, and I write about one line, literally just one line, because I don't want to commit to too much. But now I've done it for 4 years, one line a day, and I can look back within this book like how far I've improved personally and professionally a year ago, 2 years ago, 4 years ago, and I think it's actually been quite powerful because you get so bogged down and you get stuck in the weeds within entrepreneurship that it's so important to take a step back and like zoom out and see how far you've come, because success or like growth isn't linear. It's like messy.
Yes. When you say, can I just ask you? No, I love that one line a day, because so many people don't even journal because they think, oh, I don't know what to write. There's too much, and they get overwhelmed by even doing that. So the fact that you do one line a day is so manageable, isn't it? What kind of thing I don't mean tell me what you write, but what kind of things do you write? Because some people write feelings, some people write like, are there any specific topics, or you just write because if it's only one line?
Depends what I'm feeling in my head. I don't have a rule. I literally write down whatever I want. So if something amazing happened that day, I literally be very literal and I write down what I wrote that or have done that day, or again like how I'm feeling, or I don't have a rule. Whatever I want to just put it down, clear my head, and then I've got it noted. But I guess some people are more specific, aren't they?
Yeah, but I'm the same as you. I do exactly the same as you, because I think if I had too many rules, I wouldn't do it. So it's just got to be, do whatever, write down whatever you feel like. I do mine in the morning. Works for me in the morning. Okay. Yeah, I just write down what I'm feeling. And normally it's just like, oh God, just feelings and things normally. But I think morning and evening could be quite good actually, because evening would be more like a reflection, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. And for me, it's just been like part of my bedtime routine now. So it's just a habit that's sort of ingrained in me. Like another huge one, like kind of leading on from that, is goal setting as well. So this is something that we have built within our business, not just the business, actually, like personal goals as well. So like we would set a big goal, and then we break it down into more achievable steps. And so what can we do in the next 6 months to get to that end goal? What can we do in the next quarter? What can we do in the next month? What can we do in the next week? What are we going to do today? And then we review it all the time.
So you have a goal. So what, for example, a goal for 6 months, and how would you write that?
So we've got a spreadsheet, literally just an Excel spreadsheet that we write down these goals, and then we work backwards. So this is what we want to achieve. And then we break it down into achievable steps, because it can be quite overwhelming to be like, whoa, that's an end goal. How am I going to get there? But if you have achievable steps to get there, then it helps. We also like to do more so now than the past few years, but I did it a lot when I was doing gymnastics, is like visualization. And I've really found how powerful this is. Have you ever tried it?
I love visualizations. I absolutely, especially because a lot of the time I'm in my head. So for me, visualizations, it gives me a break to thinking, and I can just imagine.
It's so powerful. Exactly. We did a lot of it when I was training, and so
that's what I was going to say. You did it in sports. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So for example, like what separates a gymnast from an elite gymnast is the fact that they have, or they're performing skills consistently well. Why? Because they're confident. How are they so confident? They're getting the reps in, but there's only a certain amount of time in a training session to get the reps in, which is why they turn to visualization. So you're more prepared, you get more reps in, your confidence increases. So then you're actually fully allowing yourself to embody that version of you in a way. So you kind of trick yourself to thinking that you've done those reps. And the same goes within entrepreneurship. So we kind of like, I sometimes just do it before bed. I just think about my dream life in a few years' time.
Do you?
And it's really powerful.
And how often do you spend visualization? Because I never visualize by myself, by the way. Very rarely.
Okay.
Occasionally I do. But when I say I've done it a lot, I've done it like in the coach sessions when I've had a coach and they say, right, visualize this. And then I just go for, it could be a whole hour visualizing. But by myself, maybe for a few minutes. But how long do you do it by yourself?
I just do it before bed. It's like, again, no like strict routine with that, but a few minutes before bed, and I just find it quite powerful to do.
And so what do you do? So for people watching and maybe they've never visualized before, so you just relax and then you close your eyes and then you just imagine.
Yeah, you just think, right, okay, in this time, what am I doing? What am I feeling? What are my emotions? Who am I speaking to? Who's in my circle? Like all these little details for me have been so powerful. And then you kind of trick your mind to actually believing it, and then you kind of embody that version of yourself. And so it's all a bit of a mind game, but it's really powerful. I'm still learning more about it, and I'd love to like speak to somebody about it professionally, because I think it's super powerful. But definitely something that I recommend for sure.
And you feel good.
Yeah,
it makes you feel good as well, doesn't it? Especially before you go to sleep. I think it is powerful. They say, don't they, before you go to sleep or first thing in the morning.
For sure. Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, like you said, like what other habits can people take away? So there's for me, a massive part is like your surroundings. So your environment dictates your performance. So whether that's your physical surroundings or the people who you hang around with, they can all rub off on you. They can all affect concentration, your focus, your well-being. So for me, creating a space that actually supports what I'm doing. If I'm in the office, having a space that promotes focus and productivity, having a space that doesn't cause stress, or like in my bedroom, for example, we try not to have our phones in the room, or we create more relaxing space. Yeah. So we're just trying all these like small habits, seeing if they stick and seeing how much or how better we feel the next day. So yeah, your environment definitely dictates your performance. And then there's another one, time management is a huge thing as well. So obviously when you've got a strict schedule and then you're juggling multiple things as an entrepreneur, it can be quite overwhelming sometimes. So this kind of
all the time.
it kind of leads back to like creating your healthy hustle week. So you're incorporating like you time, your self-care, moving the body, going to the gym, whatever you want to do. What I like to do is set up, I've actually only recently done this, is actually set a timer for 1 hour and try and get a block of work done in 1 hour. And then I will, when the alarm goes off, 5-10 minutes, just walk around, make a cup of tea, move my body, do something, and then set the hour again. And I feel like I get really into my zone, really into working. I don't know if you've heard of Parkinson's law.
Oh, wait, tell me again. I remember I have heard of it, but I've completely forgotten it.
So it's a concept that suggests that if you give yourself a certain amount of time to complete a task, you're likely to take that amount of time, regardless of how big the task is or how difficult it is. So it like the official translation is like work will expand to fill the time allotted of its completion or something like that. So for example, if I was to give you 3 hours to write an essay or a LinkedIn post, you'll probably do it, like you take your time, do it in 3 hours. But if I was like, right, no, you've got 1 hour, you're going to get it done in 1 hour within reason.
Is that because we overthink the rest of the time that we don't need to?
Overthink and procrastinate. Check your phone, check your notifications, look out the window. Yeah. And so, yeah, so like to overcome this, just setting deadlines, time block, review, and then adjust. I kind of like go through that method. So yeah, deadlines, time block, review, and adjust. That's really helped for sure.
Wow. No, you're right. And it's so true. It's so true. The more time you have, it's like the more time you waste in a way.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
On thinking. Yeah. Well, I love what you were saying, because it's funny, because when you told me this title, Building Healthy Habits, I wasn't thinking about the tiny habits, like not putting my phone in the room, or not, tiny things like that. I wasn't even thinking that. I was thinking of more bigger ones, like going to the gym, eating healthy, all of those things. But I think it's really interesting, like you said, just a tiny habit like that, putting your phone in another room, that can really change your life.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, like, so many people have set New Year's goals, but how many people have not hit their targets or not hit them? Or how many people have dropped off? Like, probably January is a massive time for people to go to the gym.
Yes.
And at the end of January, everyone's like, nah, I don't want to do that anymore. So it's like just setting realistic goals for you, and small goals as well, achievable steps to keep your motivation. Because if you're not going to achieve it, then you're just going to be demotivated, and then you just won't be bothered.
Exactly. So it really is about being patient, isn't it? That's the thing, because we set big goals because we want to achieve something really, really quickly, but actually nothing is that quick, is it? We have to take the tiny steps to get there. It's the only way. And hi, David, how are you doing? I haven't seen David for ages. Hi, Antonia. The Healthy Entrepreneur Club sounds incredibly unique. Marketing in a super Venn diagram of wellness, amazing strategy. How much time do you spend with clients working on each aspect?
Yeah, so it depends what the clients go for. So at the moment, we have quite a few clients working with us on the, we have certain marketing strategies that we work on. So we deliver storytelling marketing for each client, depending on what they're after. So whether it's LinkedIn management, whether it's email management, whether it's ads management, we have a variety of different storytelling marketing services. But when it comes to wellbeing, we don't actually deliver wellbeing. We more promote it and like to promote other wellness professionals in order to help entrepreneurs or raise awareness that you have the support and also the business support at the same time.
Brilliant. Thank you so much, David, and I hope all is well. So what else can we talk about then? So you've mentioned about the how important it is to introduce small habits. I think that's very, very important, isn't it? And you also mentioned about red flags as well, so what kind of flags or warning signs can people look out for if they need to maybe change their habits? Or
I guess it's people's burnout red flags. So what, I guess everyone's unique. Like, I was speaking to one of my family members a few weeks ago, and we both, like, one of our burnout red flags feels like a trapped nerve in our shoulder. And we both went on a walk together, and we were like, oh, you're feeling the same too. Like, it was really, really weird. But I guess some people, it's headaches, it's procrastination, it's whatever it is. But I guess keeping a log on how you're feeling, and just knowing your red flags, everyone's different.
That's true.
Yeah, help with that for sure. But you mentioned before.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And acting on it as well, because sometimes we notice these things, don't we? I mean, I've done it before. I've noticed that maybe I'm doing too much, but it's like, just ignore it. But
exactly. And then it piles up. Just brush it under the rug, and then it piles up, and then it will, not good. But you mentioned before, like, consistency and like that whole 1% more each day.
Yes.
And I think it's important, like we always say, how momentum builds in silence. And so doing those small habits will build up. And when you zoom out, you will be able to see growth. It may not be linear, like I said, but it will be like messy growth. And so, like keeping that consistency, zooming out, and that the journaling side of things really helps with keeping that motivation up. Even if you can't see results straight away. It's like, have you read the book Atomic Habits?
I have. I've read bits of it, not the whole book, but yeah.
Okay, so they talk about in there, they give an example about an ice cube on a table, and they say the ice cube is on the table and it's not melting, it's just an ice cube. and they make the room 1 degree warmer, and it's still an ice cube, nothing's changed. And 1 degree warmer, and it's still the same. 1 degree warmer, it's still the same. And they keep going, and things the same. And then it's that 1 degree, like a few degrees down the line, and then you start to see a change. And then again, another degree, and then it's starting to melt, and it's starting to melt, and then it's completely melted. And that is, I always think about that whenever we're doing anything, whenever like you're struggling with the motivation or staying consistent with things. Like, for example, you know, I said I was doing a high rocks competition in February. Yes, I'm starting to like build up my running. And for me, I'm like, I don't like running at all. But just getting that consistency in and zooming out to think last month or 2 months ago, I never thought I'd be running as far or as fast as how I'm running right now. And so it's just making sure that you're zooming out and knowing that that consistent effort is paying off. It can be difficult when you're stuck in the weeds, but it is paying off.
So I think the important thing, like you said, is stepping back and zooming out and really acknowledging how far you've come, because it's so hard to know, isn't it? Because you just keep going forward. You forget about everything you've done. You just, what's next? And then you never accomplish anything. And then also you don't realize that you're even moving forward because you're just always looking at the next thing. So
and really celebrating your wins as well, for sure. It's so important as an entrepreneur, because you don't have a boss patting you on the back saying you're doing a good job. So that's like a huge lesson that we've learned. Celebrating your wins.
It's so hard though. It is, because you always high expectations of yourself. And Fenwick says small habits do make a difference. Yeah, they really, really do.
Yeah,
but no,
100%.
Thank you so much, Antonia. I mean, you've shared so many important things. Is there anything else that you feel like you want to mention about this?
Well, I mean, like if you were to talk about, like just briefly, if you were to talk about having healthy habits within a business, because you spoke quite a lot about the entrepreneur themselves, but within your business, a healthy business is a business that generates leads. It's a business that tells its story clearly. So telling your origin story, your current story, your product story, or like a healthy business is clear, not clever. So we always say how like simple sells, complex fails. So literally just writing in grade 3 kind of tone of voice. Like talking about the transformation, not the actual physical result. You want to sell the dream result, not the actual physical item that you're selling. And then we also say like creating a movement as well. So all of these healthy habits that you're creating as an entrepreneur can be transferred into creating a healthy business too. And so that's the sort of thing that we're promoting within the Healthy Entrepreneur Club.
Brilliant. No, thank you so much, Antonia. I think it is. I think patience as well, isn't it? We need patience, especially if you're working for yourself. Patience, persistence, keep going, trust, have faith. There's a lot of things we need. But I love what you said as well about the importance of having the right people around you, because I feel like
absolutely.
Yeah, we need that. We need the right support as well, don't we? We can't do everything by ourselves.
No,
thank 100%. You. And thank you so much, everybody else, for joining. If you have any other questions or comments, please message Antonia or myself directly. And Antonia, can you tell us where people can find you?
Yeah, so I'm on LinkedIn. I'll comment on this post so you can see. Website is thehealthyentrepreneur.com. Instagram is the.healthyentrepreneur, and my personal Instagram is Antonia_Bates.
Brilliant. And can you put all of those links on the post as well, so people can just click on it?
Yeah, no problem at all.
Brilliant. Thank you so much, Antonia. It's been an absolute pleasure. And yeah, I've learned a lot. I think as well, it's important to have these conversations, to be reminded as well, isn't it?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, thank you so much for having me.
No, thank you so much, Antonia. And thank you, everybody, for joining. And I will see you next week.